Don't you ever bring scared business to me. You're looking at the toughest rascal Jamaican in the United States of America.
I shouldn't see ya. Drop double R, fuck a beamer. Grass green, but me still hustle for make it greener. More cheese on my bread, you look like pizza. TVS, so cold, straight out of my freezer. I'm in a plate like the dealer. Top shadows and squeezers. Me not top to bum bitch, my time feeders. Hot head, fever, top model, diva. Top bottles with the champion. Handle the ball like Kyrie. Ivy, any should decide. Lipstick, red like it's Ferrari. You gon' make me flash on a bitch like paparazzi. I'm too fly to crash up, a fucking kamikaze. Shensia, drop double R, fuck a beamer. Like a shot like trigger finger, I'm a stinger. My outfit a murder, it's a felony. Bitches all in my business without an LLC. And I do this shit for practice. Son so many bitches, I might put them on my taxes. Caribbean Serena with the rackets. I ain't going back and forth with bitches cause they ratchet. Them a real blood clot man muscle. Can't start beef cause the water run deep. I got the type of money that can put you 6 feet. Call myself to sleep in $10,000 sheets. Bitches look like lumps, say a grace, let's split.
I'm Star. We're going to have a great show today. We're going to talk about relationships. But first, we're going to start off with celebrity death. And we're going to start with Aaliyah Dana Holton from Brooklyn, New York. Go ahead and put Aaliyah on the screen, please. Aaliyah was born on January 16, 1979 in Brooklyn, New York, but she was raised in Detroit, Michigan. Early in Aaliyah's childhood, her mother had her taking vocal lessons, and she also had her performing at weddings, churches, and charity events. When Aaliyah turned 12, she was signed to Jive Records and her uncle Barry Hankerson's Blackground Records. Her uncle actually introduced her to R.Kelly, and R.Kelly became her mentor, and he became a lot more than that, allegedly, because allegedly, not only was he sleeping with Aaliyah, he allegedly married her and got her pregnant. In 1994, Aaliyah illegally entered a marriage with R.Kelly, and she was only 15 years old and he was 27. Her parents reportedly annulled the marriage. On the marriage license, it was illegally listed that Aaliyah was 18 years old. According to surviving R. Kelly, Aaliyah's family was forced to sign an NDA after the annulment. They're saying the family agreed to sign the NDA to avoid legal action if R. Kelly sold them the rights to the albums. Wow. As we all know by now, R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison after 11 accusers gave their testimony. One accuser claimed that R. Kelly SA'd her days after marrying Aaliyah and forced her to sit in a sexual position for hours until he liked her posture, and pushed her down the stairs after she found the sex tape of him and Aaliyah. This is crazy. For years, Aaliyah and R. Kelly denied their relationship. They just claimed that they were best friends and like brother and sister. But behind the scenes, people knew exactly what was going on, and it was a secret. But R. Kelly wasn't the only superstar that Aaliyah was linked to. She was also linked to Jay-Z, and at the time she was 20 and Jay-Z was 29 years old. According to Dame Dash, Aaliyah and Jay-Z were not seriously dating. He went on to say, and I quote, "It was just a situation where Aaliyah was the type of girl that would give you a shot. She didn't care what people thought or whatever, so she'll date you and be your friend," according to Dame Dash. Now, Dame Dash, he started dating Aaliyah in the year 2000, and he dated her until her tragic death in the year 2001 due to the plane crash in the Bahamas. Aaliyah was only 22 when she died in that plane crash, and she accomplished more than most people did in a century. She was a triple threat, a singer, dancer, and an actress, and her albums have sold more than 32 million copies worldwide. To this day, women absolutely love Aaliyah. They love her style as far as her clothing, and they love her hairstyles as well. She'll never be forgotten. Now, you often hear people on the internet say that Beyonce wouldn't be where she is today if Aaliyah hadn't died. Now, is that the truth? I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. But maybe they would be going head to head right now for #1 because Beyonce is a fierce competitor. I remember I saw a clip of Beyonce performing and she was on the top of a step and she fell all the way down the steps and jumped back up and kept dancing. And then I saw another clip of her hair getting caught in a fan and Beyonce sat there and continued to perform. She's a fierce competitor. But to be fair, Aaliyah, she didn't need the tight dresses and the 6-inch heels and the 30-inch bust down. She was natural. Aaliyah loved her baggy pants and her cute little tops with her oversized jackets and her sunglasses. That was her thing. She was naturally sexy. She didn't have to force it. And to this day, women are emulating her style. Aaliyah was a timeless beauty. And people are still in love with her after 20 years of her being gone, including Drake. I think if Aaliyah was alive right now, Drake would be desperately trying to get her pregnant. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I doubt it. And now let's talk about a couple on a date.
Look at him. Y'all see this? Look at me. Y'all see how I look right now? This man that brought me on a date to Shake Shack. Better than Shake Shack.
And Shake Shack is a good spot.
But you got me.
Any other
That's
female
it.
would have loved to go to Shake Shack.
You got me 2 sandwiches and a drink.
So
He got her 2 sandwiches and a drink and she complaining about that. I think she over-ordered any damn way.
what? And it cost me $50 for just this.
$50 for 2 damn sandwiches and a drink?
You act like you ungrateful. That's why I don't even like going on dates and stuff like that.
See, ungrateful ass women like this.
The one surprised me and I took you to Shake Shack. And this is how you act.
Well, next time, y'all, she needs to be more vocal where she want to go instead of saying surprise me.
I'm going to show the internet
Yeah,
how
show
ungrateful woman is.
Show him.
You feel me?
She said, look at how she's dressed. She looked like she was dressed for Netflix and chill. Ladies, why aren't you having these conversations with the men on the phone? Why aren't you asking them, how should I dress on the date? Where are we going? Those are very important questions. That way, if you don't like his answer, you don't have to waste his time or your time. Because listen, everybody is different. All women don't think the same and all men don't think the same. The way men speak on the internet, they speak as if all men are the same, and they're not. There are some men that want to take care of their families, and then you got another group of men who wants another man to take care of his responsibilities. Everybody has to choose what's right for them. A man that doesn't know me at all can't tell me what I deserve. Because you don't know who I am. You don't know my background. You don't know where I'm from. So how can you sit and tell me what I do and do not deserve? These men got to get a life. And then you got men saying, oh, I was with that one woman and she was so expensive. I spent all that money. You need to fuck within your lane. You are fucking outside your lane. See, your lane might be the chick that wears Payless shoes and wear $10 hair. That might be your lane, but see, you don't want her. You want the high-end bitch. You want to be able to walk your chick into the room and all the guys say, ooh, look at her. And you knowing damn well you can't afford that chick. It's just like when we get money for our bills. Some of us pay our bills on time. We understand what our lane is. But then you got others who get their money and they buy all the designer things, and the next thing you know, they don't got money for the mortgage/rent. They don't even got money for the light bill. You gotta stay in your lane and stick to it and be disciplined, and one day you can go outside your lane. Let's go on to the next clip of the black woman who is getting divorced and she says she's now homeless. Go ahead and run the clip.
So hard to talk right now. Situation's so hard. I'm just trying to relax. I tried to fix it after 3 days with my husband. And he's just like, no, you can't, you know? Like, I'm done with you today. He keeps reiterating, like, your text message, like, we can be brother and sister in Christ. Sorry, this couldn't work out. So I came to live with my family, but they're hopping from place to place because they don't have a place. 7 days here, 7 days there. It's the hardest situation. I'm about to go through a divorce. My husband not being there for me, and he knows the situation my family's in. Which is one argument that we had before I left the house, because he said if your family loses their house, then then they can stay here. But once it happened, I asked him, he said no. Now I'm in this situation with them because he doesn't want me back. I don't know. I just got a new job. And he said he's done helping me, he's done paying my bills on March 15th. So it's like helping my family, trying to pay my bills, not having a house, moving every freaking 7 to 14 days from place to place with the company my mom works for, because it's like they have vacation houses, but it's just the most humiliating, degrading, low position ever. And just to know that like I'm married and like my husband just doesn't care and isn't helping, doesn't want me. Like I left the house because you threatened to call the cops on me when I wasn't even yelling at you. I don't know what's going on in my life. I'm over it. I'm just like, what is happening? I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of struggle and pain.
Do you know what would happen if a non-black woman was going through that? She would call her family and say, Mom and Dad, I need a divorce attorney. He doesn't love me anymore. He wants me to get out, but I'm not leaving because I have rights. My kids have rights. I think I'm going to call the police. Black women, you got to wake up to the game out here. You guys are getting with these men with money and you're sitting back and you're not creating businesses? What's up with y'all? Some of you women are sitting in these beautiful homes with these men and you have no idea where to send the mortgage payment, the insurance payment, the utilities. You have to wake up quickly. When I was college age and I would come home for summer break, my parents would give me the rundown of what was going on in the house and how to pay the bills because things happen, emergencies happen, so I will be prepared just in case. So if you're a wife, you should know exactly what's going on, especially if you're moving in with that man. You need to know immediately how the bills are getting paid and where to pay those bills. Because what if he gets into a car accident and he doesn't survive? It's all on you. Always prepare for the unexpected to happen because people die every day. Now, black families be having whole discussions on death and who's going to get what and what's going to happen with the estate. And black people need to get on board. Because you don't want to be running around like a crazy person when your spouse dies. You want to know exactly what to do, how to pick up the pieces and carry on. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that goes with anything. Black women, if you're going to be a gold digger out here, that's cool. But make sure you know how to manage your finances. I remember I was fresh out of college and I was working at a corporation, and this woman, she would always ask me for money on a Monday. And we would get paid on that Friday. But she would always come back broke on a Monday, and I would ask her, why don't you have any money? And she would say, oh, I had to get that Gucci bag and I had to get the matching Gucci wallet and the keychain. It pains me to say this, but some women would choose a pair of Louboutins and a Chanel bag over a roof over their head. And it's crazy, but it's true. I seen a woman on Instagram. She had well over 20 Chanel bags and she sold them all and put a down payment on a house. Now that's what I'm talking about. You don't need all that shit. All right, let's move on to the TikTok clip of the week of a woman making her husband cinnamon rolls with her yeast infection. Oh my God. Roll the clip.
This is why you should not make cinnamon rolls or any baked goods out of your yeast infection. This is why you should not make cinnamon rolls or any baked goods out of your yeast infection.
I had to play that clip twice because what is going on? That's the same woman that refuses to bathe and wipe her behind after doing number 2. I'm Star. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. Good night.